Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen of the internet. My name is Mark, and welcome back to another episode of Finding the Next Big Roguelike, the series where I play roguelike games and demos that have been sent to the channel and give my first impressions. Today, we are taking a look at Savara. This seems to be a top-down action roguelike similar to the vibe of Hades, with apparently some Monster Hunter inspiration. That's something you don't hear very often in indie games, because Monster Hunter is very slow and all about just killing big monsters and being very patient, which doesn't really tend to connect super well with a lot of the indie stuff we see, especially in roguelikes. So I'm very curious to see that angle. But in any case, this is going to be another top-down action roguelike game that I haven't been playing a lot of Hades-like that much on this series in the last few weeks, I guess. And to be honest, Hades-likes are pretty hard to do, even though everybody wants to do them. They tend to require a lot of content, and this seems to be the kind of game that can have a lot. From what I've seen and from the background of this game, this has been developed by a team of people that met as students. They've been doing games for a few years, and they've been working with a bigger French company a few years ago. They've been working on Savara for upwards of a year now, and they're planning on releasing the game in just a few months from now. I'm pretty surprised and impressed with visually what I've seen from this game, and the fact that it's only been worked on for about a year, which is props. That's seems to be a lot. That's cool. The angle in terms of the roguelite portion seems to be very Hades, and then the combat is apparently closer to Monster Hunter. So I would expect slower pace action with a Hades kind of like actual mechanic in terms of the roguelike elements. Something that, you know, a lot of people have been trying to do. I'm curious to see how they're going to do it here. Now, one thing they did note when I launched the game, preferably the developers said they would rather have me play with a controller. Now, once again, I don't play many games on controllers, but I also want to make sure that I play the games as the developers intended. So I am going to stick to the controller, and if I really feel like I want to switch it to mouse and keyboard, I might do that, but I want to make sure that I experience it the way that it was intended originally before moving forward. I will say there was a lot of options here, and one thing I'll note, my goodness, look at those audio options. That's a lot of customization for the audio, much more than I have seen in most indie games. That's quite nice, I will say. Now, if you're working on your own roguelike, feel free to submit it using the form in the description for a chance to be featured. We get sent so many amazing games, much more than we can currently showcase, so if you have a release or key date, we also offer developers the option to get ahead of the line for a guaranteed feature. So big thanks for sending us Savara and using that option. Also, once again, this is a demo that we're playing, obviously, so there seems to be a lot more to come, potential bugs, you know, better UI, a lot of quality of life improvements, so, you know, that's always something that I take into account, but it is important to point out. Alright, let's jump into a new game here.
We all have dreams.
Okay.
Love, money, power.
Oh, okay. Starting off. Oh, serious.
But
Lovely.
none of that matters.
Oh.
This is my dimension, my festival, my
Hell yeah.
my warriors, my combat fiends.
That's a good voice.
You're fighting for me.
I think the last game that I featured also had a really nice voice actor in there.
Each hit, each shout, each drop of
I like the
sweat
art style
is a
for the
tribute to
cutscenes so far.
brute strength. Whoever joins me shall become a legend.
That's us. That's us.
All right. It's my time.
Hell yeah. It's our time. Let's do it. Okay. So here we are. All right. First impression. So this is not full on top down. I actually like the angle with the visuals here. This actually looks this looks really nice. I really like the art style. It's fairly unique. I wouldn't know what to compare it to, but when you look at the water physics and the lighting, like the lighting is really nice. Jeez, you can really see the different reflection on the golden pattern on the bottom. I know I'm already talking about very specific things here, but I'm liking this. All right, so we've got our dodge roll. This might be like a Souls-like vibe, honestly. What do we got? We got, you know, so far the only Monster Hunter thing I've seen so far is the the meat. Monster Hunter likes its meat. 2.5 view? I think it's what it's called. I think it is 2.5 view. I always get that. Like, I kind of forget the specifics of it. Whoa! Okay, so this seems to be like our super attack, or like a good attack at least. Alright, so right doesn't do anything. Does it? Oh. Oh, I switch around from it? Oh, yeah, okay. So I either... Oh, wait, this is just from switching weapons. Oh! Okay, so I can have my sword, and then I can switch to the shield. Or the... Oh, okay, I can switch to double dagger and switch back to the shield, which has a shield bash on it. Okay, cool. And I can run? Okay. I'm sure, like, the game will teach me a lot of this stuff. I didn't have to experiment myself, but, you know. Go down the hallway and start a game by going through the big double door. Okay, sure. I will do that. But I want to explore a little bit first. This is cool. Okay, can I eat? Oh, I can't eat. It's baloney. Yeah, so once again, I am curious how much of Monster Hunter inspiration there was, because I know a lot about Monster Hunter. Okay, what do we got here? LT to change weapons, yeah. Press E repeatedly to perform a full combo attack. Ooh, something went big. Now, is that our... it is a stamina, so we do have a stamina bar. Okay, cool. Ooh, and our dodge roll does use stamina. Okay, so now press and release Y at the right time to perform a perfect heavy attack. Ooh, okay. So let's try. Okay, right trigger to perform my ultimate attack. Big parry, I think. Ooh, and it remembered my ultimate from both of my things. Now, why was I able to use it so much? I don't know. Interesting. Go down. Okay. So there's already, like, from like the core of the game, there's quite a lot to do here. You have your basic attack, that you have the stamina, you have your dodge, and again, like, everything does seem to use stamina. You can switch your weapon, which also activates unique attack, and then you can do your ultimate, which very different depending on what you're using. And then there's also the heavy attack, which you can try to let go at the right time. Press and release at the right time to perform. Now, okay, so that was the right time. And if I don't do it at the right time, it only deals 14 damage. And if I just do it immediately, okay. So you just have to kind of like get the right timing. And if you look at the shield, that's kind of like a range attack, which is quite nice. Now, can you actually target the enemy? Like to... Or do I have to kind of like send, like aim kind of however I can? I guess, again, I'm not really used to using a controller for aiming, so... Alright, sorry, I spent a lot of time on here. Oh, we got some spikes. Okay. I was wondering if I could disrupt them. Okay, cool. Yeah, so already quite a bit to get comfortable with from the start. And just for a demo, this already has a lot of visually and a lot of details. I really appreciate the details so far. Okay, let's go to the big doors. Start a game. Surprised to say a game and not a run. Okay. So yeah, this obviously will have some roguelite elements. Oh, we're straight into battle. Okay. Defeat the monster, collect your rewards. Okay. So let's see how... interesting. First thing I've noticed that the monsters don't have like a actual indicator as to when they're attacking. Like visually, like there's not like a little red circle or stuff like that. It seems to really be animation. You have to kind of really look at that. Okay, yeah. So if I'm out of mana and I take damage, then I fall down. Also, I think I broke a piece of the monster. I don't know if that has some... If that was just a coincidence or just thinking too much of Monster Hunter, but... Alright, is that going to be our first, like, boon? 3 choices? Yeah! 3 choices! With rarity! Nice. Okay. Your heavy attack applies Aftershock. After 5 seconds, does 200 plus 4% of target's lost health as damage. Plus 4% of the target's lost health. Okay. Increase the damage done by your heavy attack. Okay, well, I mean, is there like a cooldown on Aftershock? I mean, I guess it's 5 seconds. It's pretty long, but that's pretty good, though. Let's do Aftershock. So we don't see anything visually. Choose an exit. Left to open your bag. So what is this? Nothing is more important than honor. Yes. You got it. It can be obtained from any... Okay, cool. Yeah, so you do collect monster parts. Cool. And the index. Nice! Got a little blessing stuff. Cool, cool, cool. Okay. Alright. Health or money? Let's go for health, because again, we're still getting, like, to learn stuff. So I think it's better for us to just, you know, get familiar... Like, be more defensive, all things considered, you know? Okay, so let's try this Aftershock thing. I don't know why... Oh, that's not me. I was like, it was just a coincidence. Like the moment that I was doing the attack, that red circle spawned, I was like, that's what Aftershock is? I was like, what? Oh, that's gonna go boom. Bonk. First thing I really notice is it's slow. This is very, very slow, which is to be expected for what they're trying to go for.
Although it seems to give off some kind of chaotic aura.
I really like the art style and the character design as well. I like when, you know, there's clear differences between the gameplay art and the, you know, more single screen art, you know? It's nice. It's like another hand-drawn kind of character. I like that.
I'll equip it when I get back.
Go to the statue to see this badge. Okay. You got it. So I'm going to get more health here. And I do have to remember that I start with 2 healing, which is quite nice. Also, I have to remember that I can switch my weapons. Oh, that was not what I wanted to do. That was the wrong button. Well, actually, it seemed to have recovered the health I needed, so... Okay, I didn't, like, waste some, I think. Traps are disabled outside of combat. I really like that. A lot of games do not do that. It's a simple little thing, but it is pretty important. This is probably, again, roguelite stuff here for currency, for the hub. Let's go to the next spot.
Come to mama.
Okay, so also, I cannot... Okay, yeah, you have to be... So this is... Yeah, animations are very, very... Like, there's no animation cancellation, so you have to be very cautious of what you want to do here. Like here, I cannot stop myself from doing that, pretty much. So you just have to really commit to whatever you're doing here. Which is why I like the shield. Like, oh my... Oh, it's also... No, it's because I'm out of stamina, I think? Let's see. No, I cannot move... Oh my gosh. I cannot move until I'm done with that animation. That is... Wow, that is punishing. That is very punishing. Okay. Wow. Yeah, okay, so you really have to be aware, like, and really conscious of everything that you do. We're gonna take this. Ooh, different boons, I believe. I feel like lightning sounds pretty cool. So once again, like, yeah, I cannot stop that animation. That is very impressive to me. With a stamina bar, you still cannot. Wow, okay. Okay, yeah, so you really have to be careful. All right, let's go for the lightning stuff. I think that seems...
Another obstacle.
Ooh, mini-boss? I don't know why. Oh, no. It's just telling me where other people are. Okay, so I kind of have to really, yeah, I really have to plan out what I do here. Yeah, oh my god, I could not move that entire time. That's crazy. I mean, if I want, I could just do this. And, oop. Jeez. Okay. Alright. Yeah, so you really have to be patient. Now, there is a lot of stagger on the enemies. That's for sure. Is there another attack? I'm trying to make sure I'm using everything I have. Ooh, am I dealing more damage because from the back or just because I broke some of his shield? I don't know. Lightning. Your weapon swap. Apply electrify. Hitting an enemy, hitting an electrified enemy causes a lightning bolt to strike. 0.5 seconds later, dealing damage. But how long does electrify last? Is it permanent? Your combo attacks apply electrify. Hitting an electrified. Okay, cool. Combo attack sounds pretty cool. Let's do that. Oh, applicator. Okay, wait. I think I see what's going on here. This is not a rare boon. These are one-time things you can apply. Like, this makes my swap... okay. It's always hard for me to explain this. Like, a lot of Hades likes do this, and they don't really explain it well. And I like the fact that this is actually an applicator. To my understanding, this means that you can have an applicator boon for your attack. You can have an applicator boon for your swap, and you can have an applicator boon for your a heavy attack. But you can't have multiple of them. While this, you could just have as many different versions of these kinds of boons. So there's just one lightning applicator boon, one for like your attacks, your heavy, and everything. It's so hard to explain for some reason, but it makes a lot of sense if you play a lot of Hades. Like hopefully that makes sense. But I think that's what's going on here. I do like the combo attacks having electrify. I think that makes sense. We got money. I don't know if that's another boon. I don't think so, but let's try it out. Also, I'm gonna try to swap on the... Oh, that was not what I was trying to do. Okay. Oh, that's the front of the... Whoops. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, yeah. I'm just gonna use this quickly to just apply this, and then apply some electrify. Okay. Okay, let's take it slowly. And then we'll switch to this weapon. There we go. Big damages. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. Big stuff again. And you know what? I'm gonna go... Boom! Boom! And boom! There we go. I forgot... I totally forgot to use my ultimate abilities. That's the one thing I have to remember to do. They're pretty powerful, I think. They're also quite nice because they make me move and they are protective. Oh, 10 stamina. Oh, extra stamina. Oh, cool. Okay, so we can go money or lightning. So far, one thing I've noticed is that there doesn't seem to be a lot of options that just give you plain meta progression currency, which I'm kind of all up for. It's always kind of disappointing when you're choosing a room and it's just meta progression, you know? Let's go here.
Don't underestimate your opponent.
Oh my gosh, is that a dumbbell? So once again, let's take it slowly first. Kind of analyze the situation we're in, you know? Let's switch up. Okay, that was a little dangerous. Oh, what happened there? Why did everybody get stunned? I don't know. But they're gonna take some damage. I don't know why. I feel like my dash is not of the location I would have expected.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, jeez. Okay. Nice. Destroy. Here comes that. Okay. I'm starting to get the vibe. And honestly, one nice thing that you don't really get to see very much in Hades, like, is this is not a hack and slash. You have to be patient and you have to be slow, and the game allows you to be slow and patient, which I'm kind of all in for. Okay, here there's yellow one now. Does that yellow mean that it's unique or special? When you hit an electrified enemy, an additional lightning bolt strikes all electrified enemies. Ooh, okay. When you hit an electrified, I mean, that goes pretty well with. I mean, it's pretty powerful with my daggers. It's just that electrified doesn't stay super long, so I don't know. Your combo attacks increase the damage from your lightning bolts by 2% until the end of the room. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, wait, I like all of these. All of these are really interesting. I mean, enemies remain electrified until they die with Destructive Tempest is pretty awesome, but I feel like you need them together for them to be great, right? I'm actually going to take the combo attacks. I think it's pretty great for bosses. We got money, and I think that's all the option we have here. Sure, we can go for some money. I've noticed you do not get any money otherwise. Maybe from a permanent upgrade you get later on, but I'm not seeing anything. Ooh, okay. You dash pretty far. You know what? I don't like you. Let's move that away. Oh man, you are big. Okay, I also screwed up. And okay, you only do 2 attacks. That's fine. Okay. Okay, 1 down. I wonder if my dash has iframes. I'm actually not too sure of that. Let's do that. And I might actually use my. Oh, I was trying to. I was trying to use my parry, but it didn't work out. Oh, he's not happy. Yeah. Okay. I might use my eating thingy make jiggles. Yeah, that is so Monster Hunter. I love it. Ah, I can't do anything. It's okay. He jumped over me. Ah! Okay, I'm gonna regen my stamina here. Oh my goodness! Oh my god, I can't. I wasn't able to. No! Oh gosh.
Piece of cake.
Okay, yeah, I don't know if I would call that piece of cake, but I did okay. No, I did not do very well, actually. That was terrible. Okay, I don't know what that is. That icon is. That doesn't look like a boon to me. I mean, we'll see.
Shopkeeper,
Ow!
I've only got a few camas.
Hello, shopkeeper. Oh my gosh, shopkeeper looks awesome. I want health. That's all that matters. Dormant. It's radiant only in the expert hand of a blacksmith. Fortune weapons worthy of a great. No, is this something that will be permanent? Like, is this? Was that like for like? Ooh, I wonder what's in there. I can just talk. Oh.
Now there's an interesting weapon. Interesting.
Oh, cool. I'll be able to switch weapons. I was so confused. I was like, am I talking to this barrel? Is that what's going on? Okay, well, you know what? I'm just going to buy everything from this shop just because I'm wondering if the Radiant Bronze is like a meta progression item or if it's just for the run. So I'm just going to grab that because I'm probably going to die very soon. An honor. Cool. Well, I used all my money. That was, I mean, I don't know if that was a coincidence, but that's quite nice. Yeah, so some of these are like, I think this is permanent stuff. This could be a boon. This could be like a crit or bleeding. Oh my gosh, not you again. Although you're smaller. What is that? Is that health? I think that was health. Sorry, I'm still like moving around because I'm still trying to like get comfortable with the controls. And it's like, okay, I just want to switch things around, just make sure I don't take damage. Ah! Oh my gosh, it's so slow. No. Oh my gosh, it's so slow. Oh, the no animation cancellation is crazy. Okay. Oh, he's not happy again. Okay, I do have my ultimate. I could do a parry. Nice. Okay, that's what I figured would happen. Would have been very sad if that's not what would have happened, you know. But okay, seems to not be able to turn midway. Ooh, that's some good damage. Come on. Okay, I have to be careful with my stamina. I think the stamina is more important to use defense. I shouldn't be greedy with my stamina is what I'm trying to say. Okay, nice. I think I actually did this pretty well. Nice! Okay, so is this a bleed boon? Yeah, bleeding boon. I'm calling it. Increase movement speed. Your combo attacks increase... Wait, your combo attacks increase the damage from your next weapon swap. Again, I don't know how long these last, is the only thing. Increase the damage done by your weapon swap by 10%. These are pretty small things, but they're still pretty cool. I don't really use my weapon swap that much. I'm going to take the movement speed, considering I'm running around constantly. Food! Oh, food. Oh, how I missed food. Yes! Alright.
They look hungry.
Ah, you're scaring me, thingy. Okay, that was not as crazy as I thought it was going to be, but...
Easy.
Okay, you are immune while... during that weapon swap. That is actually really good to know. No! Oh my gosh. Not being able to see like to see how, like have a clear indicator of one of the monsters, like when they're gonna attack or not, is it's very. You really have to get comfortable with it. Okay, well that did not work. What is up with that verb? Come on, get. Okay, well I got the tip out of you. Okay. Give me. Oh, it's just one. Oh, it's just one ham. All right, well, food it is. Okay. All right, that's fine.
This should do it.
Okay, I want to try to use my... I want all of them to try to do like an attack, and then like me, like they bait an attack, and I do this. And then they all go boom. Go boom. Woo! They all went boom. This burb is going crazy. Alright. Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, when you nail those combos down, it feels pretty great. Ooh. What is that? What happened to this guy?
Wait, there seems to be something in this hole. What have we here? A an item?
Cool. I'm excited to try all these new weapons too. See how they feel. Turtle or mushroom boy? I'm gonna go with mushroom boy. You know nothing about Monster Hunter? It's a very slow-paced RPG fighting monsters. Okay, cool. So let's see what this guy does. What am I doing? Oh, shoot. I have a bad feeling about this fight. Oh, boy. I don't know what you're doing. Okay, you're just doing that. I can't move! I can't move during animations. I mean, I should have seen the little ball coming, but I was trying to figure out when I could send an attack. Okay. Okay, so we now kind of have a better idea what to expect. So it's time for me to win this run.
So,
First try.
Shadow, the festival's a bit
What happened to its nose?
Isn't it?
He doesn't have a nose.
It is. But that's what keeps me going. I always return to the fray. Losing won't stop me.
I'm so sorry. I cannot believe I just took me a second to realize that this is my character. I feel really dumb. I thought it was like a narrator. It's actually me. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Let's just move on.
Before you head back,
Love the voice acting, by the way.
Tradition.
It's great.
This
Really? I'll have to try this.
Chef's hat. Go to the statue. Use the statue. Okay, let's see what we have here. Okay, statue level. If you spend the honor you earn slaying monsters, the god Iope offers you the chance to choose from some of its powers. Level thresholds. The statue is split into 5 level thresholds. Every 5 levels, Iope grants you various powers. These powers can be seen under the tree. Talents and fragments of the electricity god of power. They are split into 5 categories designed to help you achieve your ultimate goal of joining him. Oh my gosh, well, I guess that's generous. Talent slot there is where you can equip your selected talents. 25 talent slots? What? You get an additional talent slot with every statue level up. Badge can be viewed and equipped. Badges of 4 items you can find at the festivals. You can equip up to 4 at once. Wow, they really want you to have a lot of customization pre-runs, which I'm all down for. These equipment items improve as you complete their quest with them equipped. Ooh, actually, that's a cool system that Hades kind of has, but you have to play them to make them stronger. Okay. Each level starts into this basic effect, and it reveals more information about the item. Well, that's nice. Let's go back to the statue first and upgrade this.
Just the thing.
Okay, so I have to go here this way first, right? I can't. You don't have a choice. You just go from one to the other. Oh wait, no. So this one's free. I'm just gonna take that, and then it takes. Okay, so it takes those like red cross things. So I could just upgrade my statue.
Let's try it this
Let's go to level 2. Oh, I see. The more I level it up, the closer I get to unlocking the next path. But more importantly, every unlock allows me to have an extra slot. So, okay, so that means we're supposedly going to get much stronger with the amount of stuff that we can put in there. Oh my gosh. Jeez, okay, your weapon swaps increase the damage done by your attacks by 15% for 10 seconds. That makes sense. So they're trying to encourage you to swap weapons, which I appreciate that. Wishes. Add 5. What does add 5 mean? I don't know what add 5 means. Oh! This specifically, you could add more than just one, right? I'm not too sure. When you are attacked, increase the damage of your next weapon. That's kind of whatever. Okay, next one. So I have a third spot. Can I unlock any of them? You start your attempt with an extra ham. Oh my gosh, I want this one. Because I don't have to go do them individually. I see. Yeah, I still don't know what wishes are at the bottom. I try to press it. It doesn't really matter. You destroy monster parts more efficiently. Okay. So let's just do one more here. And I think that's... can I get that? No, I can't. Okay. So we're going to start with more ham. Gotta love ham. More stamina. And now when we swap weapons, we deal more damage. And we also have the badges. And we have 4 here, so we can grab all 4. Increase your max health by 5%. Quest. Perform 20 heavy attacks in combat to upgrade the effect. Cool. Now, I wonder if the effect will take place the moment I actually, do the quest. We'll see. When you finish a fight without taking any damage, increase your max health. Ooh, risk versus reward. Not great when you're getting started, but... I mean, it's a straight benefit. Reduce the price of merchants, sure. And you start your attempt with 50 extra kamas. Okay, whatever that is. Maybe that's the money? Probably. Yeah, probably. That probably is the money, because the quest for this one is money. So yeah, get attacks 15 times. Okay, cool. So we're much stronger already. And the big question for me now are weapons. This actually looks very much like the blacksmith area in Monster Hunter World, I would say. Again, I don't know how much of inspiration has been taken from Monster Hunter World, obviously. You know, it's... What can you say? I mean, that's just... Anyway, let's go. Forge! Oh, gosh, well, it just seems to be a lot here. We're going to create new weapons in exchange for the monster parts. Ah, cool! So, yeah, cool. So you actually do gather monster parts to do stuff here. You can equip up to 2 weapons. You can equip any combination of 2 weapons. But to find new weapons, you need to get parts of monsters from monster families that you haven't yet discovered. So I'm hoping that there's going to be a focus on trying to, attack, a tail of a monster to cut it and get benefits from doing that. Or, if you hit the back of an enemy, you're more likely to break their parts and, break their shell, and then you can get the parts. Because that's a really, really, really cool part of Monster Hunter, and I'm assuming they're going to go for that direction as well. To find new weapons, you need to get parts of monsters. Yep. Once forged weapons can be upgraded to level 10. Oh my gosh, the amount of meta progression. Dude, I haven't played a game that really goes all in on meta progression. I'm all up for it. I mean, which makes sense. Monster Hunter is all about, grind. So, yeah, let's take a look at it. You can get certain rare parts by breaking specific areas of monsters. Okay, nice. Each weapon also has its own type of damage, slashing, bludgeoning, and piercing. All monsters have their weaknesses, and it is up to you to discover them. Cool. Weapon powers. Weapons have 3 major powers. The power tied to their category, the power tied to their monster family, and unique power that can be unlocked by upgrading them. Okay, I don't know what those powers are, but I think we can read them. Okay, so... Oh, we also have armor? Oh my goodness. Jeez. Must equip 5 pieces of armor across 5 categories. Boots, toilets, shoulder pads, to discover new armor, you'll need to defeat monsters, yeah. Unlike weapons, armor cannot be upgraded once forged. Each armor family inspired by a monster family has its own unique power. Equipping several pieces in the same category reinforces... Yeah, okay, so if you get like a full set, you get something cool. Now, do we see the full set here? Oh, by the way, I just realized, for some reason, it's just a little bug or just a little oversight, but the top right text is in French. Pouvoir actif des armures. They forgot to change that very specific text into English. That works for me. So, okay, let me try to understand. Do all of these individually just do the same thing? Or is just the item set that I'm looking at? Right? No, yeah, they all individually do the same thing. And that's a little sad. I kind of wish they kind of all had, like, small stats, but at least something different from one another to make them feel like they're, you know, you're not just buying the same thing over and over again. But okay. When you complete a room, increase your max health. Oh, wow. By 5, right? Because you do that 5 times. Wow. And reduce the damage you take by 2%, increase your max health by 2%. Cool. Let's take a look at the weapons, obviously. That's what's most interesting to me, right? So, there's a lot here. Let's take it one step at a time. So, we have a set... What's the name of this weapon information? So there's like the mushroom set. There's another mushroom set. Comfers. Oh, toxicity, explosiveness, and variation. All right, so variation. Hitting an enemy increases the next different attack. I see. Explosiveness. Your attacks do 7.5% extra damage every other attack. Mastery. Pulling off a successful perfect timing increase your damage by a few bit. Destruction Ball makes your... Okay. There's obviously a lot here to take into account. Now, I forgot if it matters whether my weapons are not from the same set. There's a summary button. We're just gonna grab like a new... We're gonna try these other 2 weapons here. Let's grab this.
That's better.
And then for the other weapon, we're gonna do this one. So let me just take a quick look at it. Now, I don't know why there's a little arrow. Oh, because I can upgrade this. Interesting. What does upgrading do? Can I see what the upgrade is going to do? I don't think so. Let's try it, though. Ah, I see. It's just on the toxicity. Oh, I see. Okay. I'm starting to get it. Okay. I know I'm spending some time on this, but okay. So we don't have the entropy, and we don't have these other 2 effects. We only have the explosiveness and the toxicity. I see. So your attacks do extra damage every other attack, and your attacks reduce the target's damage by 5, which I don't really care about, to be honest. I usually don't like these effects in many games, but in this case, seems like I'm gonna be taking some damage. Okay. So now we have 2 new weapons. A big sword. Wait. Oh my gosh, does this have an inherent like combo, like pressing at the right time? I don't know if it does. That's just my normal attack, by the way. This is just 14, but can I like do a perfect attack? Oh my gosh, there is. Oh, there's an inherent, like, hit at the right time with just a normal attack. Okay, how does your heavy attack look like? Oh my gosh, it's so slow. Alright, just so you get an idea, okay? The moment I let go of the attack, I'm going to constantly do a roll button to see how long it takes me. I go. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you have to be really careful. Okay, so that's cool. And then my ultimate attack... I mean, it's damage, but you gotta know exactly when you can use it, huh? Alright, let's try the other weapon. Hopefully it's a faster attack weapon. Oh my gosh, I have 2 slow weapons. Whoa, that's some damage, though. Oh boy, what's the ultimate attack? It's so slow. I thought there were two different types of weapons, right? Did I get the same? No, there are two different weapon types. Okay. Oh, they're just both really slow. Alright, well, we're just gonna have to be patient. Oh my god. I mean, I am a hammer user in Monster Hunter, which is a very, very, very slow weapon, so I'm all up for it. But holy. Oh, well, at least the weapon swap here is pretty fast, which is quite nice. Am I immune during this? I'm not even immune while I do this, huh? Oh boy.
What is this? I'll
Oh,
equip it when I get back.
another thing. Well, okay, I'm happy with whatever. Okay, wish me luck. This is gonna be... Boy, oh boy. So I should start with an extra meat, right? Okay, here we go. Very curious how it's gonna go. So you really have to be... Oh, but you do stun them. That's awesome. Now, does it tell you in the weapon that it can stun them? I don't know. I don't know. I mean, there seems to be like a poise meter, which makes sense if you're going to be using a big weapon, which I am all for. I love when something has a poise. Okay, so the Aftershock is actually pretty good with, like... I would imagine Aftershock is pretty bad with your basic attack, because you're using your basic attack a lot, right? So, honestly, I think weapon swap Aftershock seems really good. Money, or... I think I'm going to go for money, honestly. So yeah, now my weapon swap is really solid. It's gonna go boom. Nice. Oh, it probably would have been a smart idea for me to have a small weapon with that, but I wanted to try the other two new weapons. What can I say? Also, this is a dead. Is that like a dead? What? Why does the skeleton's hair look similar to mine? I don't appreciate that. Okay.
Small potatoes.
Small potatoes. What does that mean? Yeah, that weapon swap with that attack is really solid.
Stop me.
What are you doing? Ah! Bonk.
Ow!
Oh, that's an interesting attack. You're so derpy. Okay, that was dangerous. Okay. Let's try a new one. Let's try the fire one. I don't think we've tried the fire one. These are totally me, right? These are just different variations of me dying constantly. Oh gosh, that's what's going on.
Don't underestimate your opponent.
Bonk. Okay, let me be careful. Ah! Yeah. I kind of wish there was a clearer like I actually still don't know if there is actually like a poise meter. I would hope so if you have like such slow weapons, right? You kind of be like I can see that I can like disrupt them, but I don't know if there's a poise, so to say. All right, what do we got here? The damage from your combo attacks is increased by 15. It's just a 50% damage increase on that. Your weapon swap increase the damage done by your next heavy attack. Ooh, so I could try to just go like swap heavy. Let's do that. Let's just big boy attack. I like to think that the god guy got a bunch of wigs and prop skeleton from Spirit Helmet on sale and just really wants to use them. Yeah, sure. Yeah, maybe that's what's going on. So now my next heavy attack should deal more damage. That's a big beetle. Okay, so you really have to be careful. Like, you have to learn like how when you can attack. And I think I have an idea against this guy. Let's do that again. Ah, shoot! That was my bad. I thought it was over. This might be a bad idea. Gosh, like doing your ultimate and getting screwed by it feels pretty bad. Oh, he had iframes. Good to know. So what are you doing now? What are you doing? What are you doing? Also, I took a lot of damage. Well, yeah, it's because I took twice the damage from that. I guess you could kind of count it, but I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. You're just kind of turning around.
Thanks for the resources.
Oh, that's an attack. Okay, it's not just a switch around. I guess that makes sense. Okay. Whack. Okay. A little messy, but it's just a matter of just trying to understand when you can attack with these big weapons. Maybe that's the lore. I mean, hey, I still don't really know the deep lore of the game. Maybe you're onto something there.
This should do it.
Okay. Let's again take my time. So theoretically, weapon swap into heavy is really the simple combo here. Oh, is that just some straight health? Oh my gosh, that's so good. So that's the fast one, which is good.
You can't stop me.
My gosh, even when I think that I had time, nope. Because I want to break your part.
On the ground, big guy.
I screwed up. Oh my gosh, the recovery was so rough. And damn, broken shell. Screw your shell. Okay. Woo. Judgment. Your combo attacks cause a judgment to appear on a target. The effect has a cooldown. Damage area doing 20 plus 0.2 max health. Okay, so you can see like even a lot of the official like mechanics of a lot of these boons are all on long cooldowns. You know, like it takes a while for these things to trigger. Your heavy attacks cause a judgment to appear on the target. I mean, I don't think I care much about my normal attack at this point. I'm going all in on the heavies. Screw it.
Off to a good start.
Am I? I'm gonna eat. More stamina is probably a good idea. Okay.
Better watch out.
Okay, so what do you do? Alright. You leave the patches on the floor, which is kind of annoying. You're a different kind of... You know what? I'm gonna take care of you first, I think. Can you stop them so far? That's my thing. Okay, that scared me. That was my thing. I was freaking out. Okay, can you do an attack? Because I can't really do anything until I see you yourself doing it. Okay, he's gonna do that, and then he's gonna go back here, and then I can start charging this. Okay, that was a weird angle, but. Oh gosh, I saw it. I just can't. I tried to evade it, but I can't. It's just too long cooldowns. Okay, come here. Oh gosh, that was too risky. Ah. No. You doing that? Weapon swap. Oh my gosh! Thank goodness, because I was stunned there. I mean, I couldn't do anything. Ah! Oh, you're still.
Not so tough.
Woo! Okay. I actually like the slowness of it all. This is a shop, I think. Hopefully we can get some health, honestly.
Time Time to go shopping.
I wonder what the shield is, but look at this guy's beard. I love it. Oh wow, you could just buy a boon. How much money do I have? When you hit an enemy affected by aftershock, increase the aftershock damage. That's not great with my weapon. If I was running the two swords, that'd be really good. But I'm not gonna go for that. I'm just gonna do this and do this. And I'm gonna see what this shield is. It's glowing in a cool way, so let's do that. Oh! Oh, that seems like another tough fight. Alright. Whoop. And whoop. Oh, you shoot stuff? Do you shoot? Oh, you do shoot and you do hit enemies. Man, I do not like this. This. Screw you. No! I'm out of mana! I didn't even know what I said there, but you just heard me panic was all that mattered. Okay, well, this dumbbell guy is dead at least.
One down.
A little worried about. Yep, I was trying to say, like, I'm worried I can't see the enemy, so maybe it's doing something from far away that could hurt me. Okay, that's good. Okay. Let's just... you just really need to learn the... Oh my gosh, that attack is just kind of hard to evade because it happens so fast. You have to really just learn the enemy's moveset, really, if you're using this kind of weapon. Come on! Man, again, wanted to be greedy, but you really gotta be careful with that. Oh, that's good. I don't think I can attack again. Oh, gosh. That was lucky. Okay, just triple attack. Okay, I think it's gonna die. No! It was gonna die. Gosh darn it. So stupid. I should have waited. Oh, that's a boon. Armor boon. Your combo attacks give you armor equal to 5% of the damage they do. Armor absorbs damage before health. If you don't gain armor for 6 seconds, you lose armor every second. Okay. Oh, I forgot how to sprint. Weapon swap increase the damage done by your next heavy attack. Don't I already have that? Just... Okay, well, that's good. Oh, wow, my sprint is not that high, but it's good to know I have a sprint. I totally forgot I had a sprint. That's the sprint, by the way. Okay, let's eat. And, let's do one more.
Underestimate your opponent.
Okay, oh my gosh, of course the sprint uses stamina. That's a cool looking maul on the floor. Okay, that's a fast one. It's hard for me to visualize which weapon I'm using. Ultimate ability. Oh my gosh, it's so slow. But man, does it deal damage. Okay. Alright. Wow. I'm excited to continue playing this game. But I'm just gonna play some more on my end. And I'll come back with my full thoughts in just a moment. Okay, so, Savara. What an interesting way to do a Hades-like. Now, once again, I always say, you know, everybody wants to do Hades-likes because Hades was very successful and it's a really fun subgenre, I guess, at this point. But it's hard to do. You need a lot of content. You need to make sure that your game has a lot to offer if you really want to try to get the experience that Hades has. And so you don't see them very often, or at least not very successfully done often. How did this game do? Well, let's talk about it. First off, let's talk about some audio visuals. I actually think the audio visuals are fantastic. I mean, from the very beginning of the game, you start here, and look at this, right? You have this 2.5D perspective that really allows you to see the beautiful 3D environment very clearly. And I've got to say, the lighting in this game is fantastic. fantastic. I mean, even just from here, just seeing the lighting on every single room is just different depending on what's going on. Like, you get your windows here. It is so immersive. The fire really giving... I mean, yeah, it might seem simple and people don't fully realize it, but you feel it, right? It really... This kind of detail is so impactful in these kinds of games, especially in a game like this that's really trying to be immersive and that really wants the player to be immersed in order to grind out the game, because this is a very grindy game, which we'll be talking about. So I think the visuals, I mean, the lighting effects, just the visual effects are fantastic. I think the art style is great, too. I like the fact that, yeah, you know, like, it has a fairly distinct art. It's nothing too crazy, unique, or out of this world, but I do like the fact that, once again, when you talk to characters, then you get to actually see the characters portrayed in a hand-drawn fashion, which I think is awesome, and I'm hoping that we'll be able to see more characters with that style later on. Because again, this is a demo, and you can clearly see that they've put in all, like, the good ideas, the principles, the core stuff, but there's going to be much more coming up, as they did mention, of course. In terms of audio, the music is great. You know, it has a very, you know, heroic side to it. You know, it feels very traditional, you know, Monster Hunter vibey, which I'm all down for. And voice acting is great. Very awesome voice acting, which again really does help kind of like set the overall tone and the immersion for it. So really solid in that regard. I think audiovisuals are a really big thumbs up for me for this game. Let's talk about core gameplay. So the core gameplay is interesting. There are some things that I think are fantastic, and other things I think could potentially be improved. And that is really my perspective. So once again, they made it clear that their two inspirations for this game seem to have been Hades and Monster Hunter. And I was pretty surprised to hear that originally, because again, Monster Hunter, it's not an easy game to try to replicate, especially in a different kind of format, for different reasons. Monster Hunter is extremely slow-paced in every aspect, the gameplay and the overall pacing and grinding, and you only kill one big monster at a time, and it takes forever. And so they seem to want to try to go for this approach. Now, what this means is that the gameplay, the core gameplay, is extremely slow in comparison to a game like Hades, and a lot of Hades-likes. It's probably the slowest paced Hades-like out there. Now, there is a weapon that is fairly quick, but overall, there's a lot of things that make that just really are very draggy. So, for instance, when I use this weapon, which, to be fair, is the slowest weapon out of all of them, I charge, attack. Okay, up to now, all of that was one big attack. That is a lot. And that's really cool. On one end, you know, being able to charge up your attack and then whack, and you hit them right in the face and they get stunned. Oh, it's the best feeling. I mean, I'm a hammer player in Monster Hunter. And if you know what that means, then you know that I probably enjoy this feeling. And actually, while we're on this subject, just a little note about the visual effects. There is one thing that I think could be improved visually, is the fact that with big weapons like this, when you hit the floor, there's absolutely nothing at the end of that attack. I'm willing to bet that's going to be added later on, but man, I would wish to kind of get a little, you know, like crackling on the floor, a little puff of smoke would have been really, really sweet. That's a little detail, but it's something, you know, just to make you feel like you're really handling something massive, right? In any case, back to what we were talking about. So I like the feeling. I love the fact that you can really hit like enemies and you really feel the weight of all the attacks, and they feel great. And I do think that you're going to be able to feel even better later on with even smoother visual effects, hopefully. But this does come with a caveat, which is that there is no animation cancellation. Now, this is definitely a topic of conversation. I'm not saying this is inherently a bad thing. I think it's up to taste, right? Like, some people are going to like it, some people are not. I think there is a fine line as to where attacks can have animation cancellation. And I feel like, you know, the point of this game is that you are supposed to commit to attacks, right? If you're going to be doing a big attack with your big weapon, you need to make sure you commit to it, right? if an enemy is attacking you right now and you take damage, that's your fault for having committed to something just so slow. That's fine, but I do feel like that can be a little awkward with how some of the enemies attack in this game, which I guess we can talk about right now. I will come back to some weapon stuff, but I think currently my biggest issue in the current state of the game is that since the animation and the visuals are so fluid and there's so much going on visually, which is great, it can be really hard to know when enemies are attacking, because the game wants to kind of really take the approach of Monster Hunter where, you know, like, you just need to look at the monster to know whether they're attacking or not, and that's up to you to figure out whether they're doing an attack or not. I get that, but in a 2.5D perspective, and in a game where it's much harder to get an idea of whether an enemy is attacking or just kind of like hanging around or just is stunned, I just wish there was a little bit clearer visuals in terms of when an enemy is attacking, when they're stunned. Now, again, this is not something I think is a mistake. I just think that that's my perspective. I think it can be pretty frustrating to just think an enemy's just chilling, but actually they're attacking and you couldn't see that and you're already committed to an attack. It just kind of like, it's very unforgiving to have a system where attacks are super slow, and also it's hard to know what enemies are doing a lot of the times because there's so many animations they're doing at all times. They have an animation of just like falling or walking or like preparing something or attacking. So obviously the more you play the game, the less these things are going to be a problem, but I do think that early on that feels quite frustrating to me. Now, that's my perspective. I think that is currently probably the biggest issue I have, is just the overall feeling that some attacks, like not being able to cancel out of your attack right now, I think it could be a little bit more forgiving in terms of like canceling right after potentially you do the attack. You know, a little less cooldown potentially. That would be my own preference, and the fact that, yeah, enemies, I think just more visual indicators. I don't want like a big like red warning, careful, careful. I know a lot of video games do that. I think that works really well for a lot of video games, but I can see that that's not the point of this game. They don't want to do that, but I think there's an in-between. So yeah, that's the biggest thing for me in terms of feedback. Now, back to other stuff. Let's talk about some of the meta progression, right? Because obviously, if this is trying to go for Monster Hunter, the meta progression is a major aspect. And effectively, yeah, there's a lot in the meta progression. Now, once again, this is a demo, so we only get the peak of it, but you can already see there's a lot in this demo in terms of meta progression, because they want to make it clear that that's going to be kind of a big focus in the game. And if you look at, the statue, you can assign 25 talents. Now, it's actually not 25, because to my understanding, some talents cost 2, 3, 4, and 5. So, but you can still put in like 10, maybe 15. That's really impressive. That really does offer a lot of customization, as well as a lot to build towards. Right. So right now I've done like 4 runs or so. We did beat the last run, by the way, so I got to see the end of the demo, which felt awesome. I unlocked the next path of the badge path, and I got myself another 2 slots I can fill in. So, I played for like 2-3 hours, and I feel like, it's only gonna get grindier and grindier, which is the point. You're supposed to feel like you're collecting pieces of armor and stuff like that, and that's part of the enjoyment of a game like this, is the adventure, the feeling that you are killing things and you can craft new weapons and you can like just transform your build constantly. The badges are also a nice touch, an additional 4 unique badges that you can put in, and they all come with like mini quests to make them stronger, which is cool. It's a nice little extra thing to keep track of. I like that a lot. And of course, there is the armor smith, right? Blacksmith, sorry. Blacksmith, very, very critical part of Monster Hunter as a whole. And I will say, I think the weapon crafting is awesome. I could clearly see that each weapon, they feel different, and each individual weapon, depending, like the class of the weapon, they each feel the same. They each have the same animation and same effects in terms of the core like attacks, but they each come with like unique actual abilities as you level them up, and that's cool. I don't think they're like extremely different from one another. I kind of wish there were actual stats. Usually I'm an advocate to making sure that you don't always just put number adjustments as your stats in roguelikes, you know, like, oh, 10% attack speed, 20% damage, 15% armor, and that's all. You know, I think it's more interesting to have more mechanical upgrades. But in this instance, I kind of feel like to really help differentiate individual weapons of the same class, it might be cool to have slight stats, you know, like this weapon does, you know, plus 5 attack damage and like 10% attack speed, which seems pretty big. This one is actually the same class, right? But it actually does you know, it gives you more armor. I think just some way to make them a little bit more unique from one another would be great. But I do like what they're going for already. I like the fact that you can upgrade them, and actually I don't know whether this upgrade toxicity is specific to this weapon or not. That I would have to see for myself. But yeah, I just hope that the weapons are going to be different from one another enough. One thing that I was a little bit disappointing with was the armor pieces. Not only are they very minimalistic, which is fine, but the fact that the individual pieces of armor are exactly the same from one another of the same family is a little boring. Maybe they'll change that. I think it's kind of fun to feel like if I'm going to buy this armor piece, then it feels unique from this one and this one and this one. Even if it's from the same family, it'd be nice to just have a little something. And I think that's where adding stats, again, could be a really nice addition for something like this. Maybe you keep the overall, you know, reduce the damage you take by 2%, increase your max HP by 2% for all of these armor of the same family, right? But they each have their own independent stat. I think that'd be a nice addition to, again, give you the feeling that you're not just buying the same thing over and over again and then you get a full set. That's just me, of course, but I do think that would be a nice, easy addition to just give a few stat points here and there, not making it like core like a lot of games do. I don't want this armor set to, at the end, give me like 40% damage and 50% attack speed. No, just like slight stat upgrades here and there, I think could go a long way to just make you feel like you're gonna enjoy buying these different armor pieces. Once again, I do love the fact that you can craft your weapons, you craft your armor, you can customize that. That really gives a lot of customization before the runs. And to be honest, this has been one of the most impressive games in terms of customization pre-run that I've seen in a while. From what they're offering, it really does seem like they're focusing on that a lot. And usually when that happens, it usually means that the roguelike elements are weak within the run. Because it's hard to really have the game focus so much on like the core mechanics and the meta progression to be like so prominent and still have crazy unique runs from one another using the roguelike elements and boons. That being said, I will say I think the boons are pretty cool. Some are more boring than others. I think I like the inherent mechanics of each of the different boon families. You know, like the bleed effect, the thunder effect, the judgment effect. I think all these effects are awesome. I love the design of it. I do think that there could be some other boons that could be more fun to play with in addition to that, to adding that, right? Like for instance, like one of the boons for the electrify was now electrify is permanent. That's awesome. But I hope there's going to be more of these kinds of fun, unique boons that feel like, ooh, I got the whole electric bundle this time around. Ooh, I got like the electric bundle that actually works with the judgment thing. Ooh, I got the bleeding, which actually works really well with a crit build kind of thing. I don't think there's crit in this game, but you know, I hope they're going to be able to make sure that the boons are still, you know, unique and interesting enough to make you feel like runs are gonna be different depending on the boons you take. Getting duo boons could be a really fun thing, like they do in Hades, right? If you get a certain amount of boons from one god, I'm gonna say, and then you get another from god, and then you're like, okay, well now your judgment inflicts bleed. Boom. That's an easy thing, right? And then you're like, oh, hell yeah, now I can use my judgment to stack up more bleed, and I'm trying to go for a bleed build. So hopefully there's gonna be some of that Maybe there was, maybe I didn't see it. And I'm not saying that the boons are boring. I think they actually did a really decent job, but I do think there could be even more. Because I think this game, in the end, has exquisite potential. I don't know if people use the word exquisite that way. But I think this game is very impressive. And I think they're doing something fairly unique for genre that doesn't tend to be very unique. I think the approach of, the slow-paced grindiness of Monster Hunter with Hades is a really unique touch that I'm very excited to see more of. Because again, this clearly is a game that is going to be relying on content a lot, If your Monster Hunter game doesn't have a lot of content, then unfortunately, even if the gameplay and the roguelike elements are fantastic, you're going to be losing a lot of the thrill very quickly. So this is one of the few games where I'm going to say that I hope they are going to have a ton of content, which I don't usually, try to push for indie developers because, you don't always have that potential. But hopefully for this one, it does. And if they do have a bunch of content, like a ton of content for a game like this, and the gameplay to me would feel smoother and enemy attacks are a little bit more clear and you don't feel cheated by just feeling like, oh, is he asleep? Try to hit him. Oh no, he was charging an attack. Then if all this were to be added and adjusted in this game, then I think this game could be fantastic. And I'm very excited to see where this game goes. And even though there's only one biome right now, I kind of want to already go back to it and try to beat the other boss to just get more. So, yeah, overall, really, really fun. Really good game. Thank you so much for sending it to the channel. And I'll be keeping an eye on this one because it's a good one. But yeah, that's about it.